Like I said, good afternoon. My name is Heisha Cordero. I'm the Assistant State Conservationist for Programs. For those of you that doesn't know me, I'm sure, I mean, mostly everybody is fairly new here um, in this presentation and training. So today I will be going very briefly providing information on all the NRCS programs that we offer here in the state of Maryland. We had a training 2 weeks ago, also a overview training for our program. So this one is a little bit more general than the one that we did 2 weeks ago. So probably some of this information is kind of repetitive for those of you that attend our training. But as new employees, I believe that it's good to repeat this information so you get more familiar with all the different programs that we have to offer. Why is not um, to my next page? Or I mean, the next slide. Oh, here it is. Okay. So here in Maryland, we have um, 5 different programs. The first one that I will be covering is the Agriculture Conservation Easement program. Under this one, we have 2 different categories: the agricultural land easements and also the Wetland Reserve Enhancement Partnership Program. Um, as Jason mentioned, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard, the Environmental Quality Incentive Program is a very popular program here in the state of Maryland. We also have the Agricultural Management Assistance Program, AMA, the Conservation Stewardship Program, CSP, and the Regional Conservation Partnership Program, RCPP. For the ACE program, we NRCS provide funds to eligible entities for the purchase of agricultural land easements to protect the agricultural use and future viability and related conservation values by limiting non-agricultural uses of that land that negatively affect the agricultural uses and conservation values. Also, to protect grazing uses and related conservation values by restoring or conserving eligible land. Also under ASEP, we have the Wetland Reserve Enhancement Partnership Program. And with this one, NRCS purchased easements directly from private landowners through a reserve interest deed in eligible land to restore, protect, and enhance the functions and values of wetlands and associated lands. So for this program right now, we still have the proposal deadline open, and that date is February 18 of 2022. And the Farm Bill Program Specialist for the ASEP program is Tiffany Davis, and here's her email and phone number. The Environmental Quality Incentive Program. This program provides financial and technical assistance to agricultural producers and non-industrial forest managers to address natural resource concerns and deliver environmental benefits such as improve water and air quality, conserve ground and surface water, increase soil health and reduce soil erosion and sedimentation, improve or create wildlife habitat, mitigation against drought, and increasing the weather volatility. Under the EQIP program, we have over 135 practices available, and each conservation practice has its own standard, and each practice has their own lifespan. So the practice standards you can find it on our electronic FO field office technical guide, or what we call it, the FOTG. Here I'm just mentioning some of those practices, the ones that are more common practice here in the state of Maryland. Comprehensive nutrient management plan, forest management plan. Like I already mentioned, there is a lot of resource concerns that the EQIP program covers. So we have practices for each of these land uses and also resource concerns. Waste storage facility for our livestock producers. High tunnels is a very popular practice for urban producers and also traditional farmers. Conservation cover crop, um, fencing for livestock as well, field borders, grass waterway, and our EQIP also provide financial assistance for irrigation systems. For the irrigation under EQIP, the assistance that we provide is for the enhancement or upgrade of an existing irrigation system on the farm or operation. And forest and improvement, water well, I mean, it's a big variety of different practices. For Agricultural Management Assistance Program, AMA, this program helps agricultural producers to manage financial risk through diversification, marketing, or natural resource conservation practices. NRCS administer the conservation provisions, while Agricultural Marketing Service (AMS) and also Risk Management Agency implement the production diversification and marketing provisions. So under AMA, we have two fund pools, and they are the irrigation and the high tunnel. So under the irrigation, as different from the EQIP program, on AMA, the financial assistance that is provided is only for those irrigation systems that are new for the operation. So AMA irrigation is for new systems, and in EQIP is for an existing irrigation system that needs an upgrade or needs to be updated. And for high tunnels under AMA, is the same way as EQIP, no different. The cost rate is the same one. It's just another additional fund pool that NRCS provide. Under AMA, we have a total of 19 practices, so it's a lot smaller than the EQIP program. As you can see, the practices are mainly for cropland and irrigation. The Farm Bill Program Specialist is Jordan Bailey, and here's her email and contact information. The next program is the Conservation Stewardship Program, or CSP. This one offers additional opportunities to expand on existing conservation efforts by offering conservation practices, enhancements, bundles, and other conservation activities. For this program, the participants, they have to be on a 5-year contract. And for those participants that already had a CSP program and they were able to complete this, they had a CSP contract and they implemented and completed this one successfully, they have also the option to renew that contract if they're interested in adding new enhancement or new practices to their current conservation practices operation. The Farm Bill Program Specialist for CSP is Jordan Bailey as well, and I'm including once again her contact information here. The Regional Conservation Partnership Program, or RCPP. This program provides partners the opportunity to direct NRCS programs through a unique partnership. It encourages innovative, locally driven conservation, increase investment through partner contributions to the shared conservation mission. So right now, NRCS Maryland, we have 4 different projects under the RCPP program. The 1814, which is taking soil health to the next level. 1815, Chesapeake Bay Farm Stewardship and Preservation. 1860, achieving WIP goals and nutrient management compliance in Maryland. And the 2019, grazing for water quality and soil health. The funding from partners accepted and negotiated in the project. NRCS will make RCPP allocations based on negotiated project budgets, and NRCS will manage RCPP contracts in a similar manner to EQIP and CSP. The way that this program works is that entities, local organizations or agencies, state agencies, they come together and they submit a proposal to work also with NRCS. And like I said, it's main on some mission goals that these entities or groups, organizations have. And once that project is approved and accepted, then under that proposal, they decide which programs they're going to include on the proposal. And like I said here, it could be EQIP and CSP or just EQIP. It could also include AMA. It could include all the programs that we have to offer into one proposal. And the application process for RCPP for the participants, the ones who apply or participate, is the same as EQIP and CSP or AMA. Like I mentioned, we currently have 4 different projects. And on our SharePoint site, we have this table here that help you to understand what is included, like what is the funds available on each one of them, and which counties are eligible or part of each of these projects. Because these projects, some of them are like for specific watershed areas or specific areas in the state. Therefore, it's important to know, if any of your counties or your county, if it's eligible for this RCPP projects. So in this slide, I include the link if you're interested later on to learn a little bit more about these projects. This is a link for to access this table. NRCS Maryland, we provide a program implementation schedule every year where we list all the different programs that we have, we're offer, and the dates on when we're going to be accepting applications, the deadline for eligibility and cost estimate, ranking, when these applications are going to be pre-approved, and when they're going to be obligated. Okay, for financial assistance information, our AMA and EQIP programs, the financial assistance that we provide is up to 75% of the cost of installation of the conservation practices. We have a cost list for each of our programs, for AMA, for CSP, for EQIP. So all these cost lists and practice scenarios are located on our SharePoint site, are also located on our webpage. And here I just include the link of it in case that, I encourage every one of you to get more familiar of all the different practices that are included on each one of our programs. So please visit this link and take a look at it. We also develop a cost calculator just to help you out in the field to assist better our producers as well, to get when you are to the point that you have different practices that our producers are interested to receive technical or financial assistance, so you can provide them a better idea on how much it will be the cost share that we will be providing. So the cost calculators are located on our FOTG section 1C and also on our NRCS SharePoint site. And once again, here's the link. And since I was talking about the EQUIP program, I forgot to mention, and I have it here. The Farm Bill Program Specialist is Mikel Williams. Historically underserved farmers and ranchers. So each one of our practices have a cost rate, right? But also for those individuals that are that fall or are considered part of our historically underserved farmers, we have an increase on the cost rate for those practices. So here I want to just give you a brief description of this historically underserved categories. The first one is the limited resource farmer or rancher. So these individuals have direct or indirect gross farm sales not more than the current index value in each of the previous 2 years, and also has a total of household income at or below the national poverty level for a family of four, or less than 50% of county median household income in each of the previous 2 years. For beginner farmers or rancher, they operate a farm or ranch. They have been operating for the farm or ranch for not more than 10 consecutive years. Socially disadvantaged farmer or rancher are individuals or entities who have members of a socially disadvantaged group, and these groups are American Indians or Alaska Natives, Asians, Blacks or African Americans, Native Hawaiians or Pacific Islanders, and Hispanics. Also, under the historically underserved farmers and ranchers are the veterans farmer or rancher. These individuals are those that are served in the United States Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, or Coast Guard, including the reserve component thereof, was released from service under conditions other than dishonorable, and also has not operated a farm or ranch, or has operated farm or ranch for not more than 10 years, or who first obtained status as a veteran during the most recent 10-year period. Here on this slide, I also include the link for NRCS historically underserved farmers, in case that you're more interested to learn a little bit more about these four categories. We, NRCS Maryland, we develop every year a guidance book that include very detailed guidance to cover all our Farm Bill programs. And here is just a screenshot of the first page of one of the first pages or information from this guidance book, where it goes step by step on the process from where the applicant signed the application, and then when it's entered in our ProTrax tool or business tool, who is the responsible individual or staff to do this process, the different forms that are included or needed on this process, and therefore. Here on my slide, I include the link of our guidance document. Currently, we are working on updating this document for fiscal year 22. So therefore, if you access this link, you will be accessing or seeing the guidance document for FY21. The FY22 guidance book should be released pretty soon. And like I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation today, 2 weeks ago, we provide programs overview training. So I include here the link of the recorded version of this training in case that some of you were not able to listen to it. So I encourage all of you to please listen to it, because we provide, we went a little bit more in depth on the policy aspect of each of these programs that I just mentioned today. And as you know, there is an application for each one of these programs. So this is a screenshot of the first page of the application. Our application is a 3 pages document and is the same for it's the same application for all our programs. And as you can see on question number 2, you have the option to select which program or which programs the participant is interested in applying. And on this slide, I include a link where you can access this application form. And with that, I take any questions now, or I'm not sure if there's any question on the chat.
Thanks, Haisha. Any questions for Haisha?
Well, if you have a question later on, this is my contact information. Please feel free to reach out to me or to any of our Farm Bill program specialists on the program staff.
Okay.